Oh, here on the show, we like to pay tribute to people that have changed people's lives, not just with entertainment, but with things globally. Cast your mind back, yes, can you? Cast your mind back, way back to the early 80s. Do you remember the birth of MTV? Of course you do. We're all young at heart. Music television. And it was a revelation, wasn't it? And revolutionary when you think about it. Because for the very first time, we had a channel that played back to back videos that we could only normally see once in a while on a TV show if we tuned in at that certain time. These were on rotation, so you never knew when they were going to pop up again, but seemingly you could watch it up to 5 times a day. Now, the music video, is nothing new. Everybody'd made films. If you look at things like the Beatles, the films were just long form videos with a bit of a story strung together in a bid to sell songs. The album was always attached, so nothing new. Even way back in the 30s and 40s with the Judy Garland musicals, the Mickey Rooney, Andy Hardy, they put tracks out based around the film. So you can see, again, that film was used to promote it. You could say that was the birth of the music video. But this particular man, I just really wanted to give a mention to because I was lucky enough to meet him, albeit very briefly, Bruce Gower. Now, the name might not mean much to you, but this picture will. That's right, the one and only Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, which he helped and basically produced the whole video for a mere £500. As I say, this was groundbreaking back in the day. And the reason why Queen decided to make a video was simply this. They were going on a tour. They weren't sure when they were going to be back in London or indeed able to do any live appearances. And let's not forget, when Bohemian Rhapsody was put out, it wasn't necessarily with the full support of the record label. They didn't think it had single potential because it was simply too long. Now, it was the infamous DJ Kenny Everett that gave it a spin on his Capital Radio show, and that just opened the floodgates. So very quickly, the very talented Bruce Gower got to work, but as he pointed out, he didn't have too long with the band because they wanted to wrap everything up to make sure they could get to the pub in time. Now, while the effects may look a little bit dated today, it's hard to imagine when you first saw that on your screens that you kind of thought, wow, this is different. And make no mistake, this truly helped sell that record to the iconic status that it became. Of course, fast forward to MTV in the early 80s, everybody then decided to make pop videos, didn't they? And Bruce was still very active, making videos for many great names, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, all the big icons of that particular era. So as I say, when we think about people who have changed lives, next time you do look at this particular video, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, just remember, possibly it wouldn't have become the mega hit if it wasn't for this spectacular, what we now call music video, but what they called at that time, just a special edition film. And Bruce, as he pointed out to me, used every single trick that was available way back in the mid-70s to make it different. We all remember the stretchy faces, don't we, singing the operatic middle? Absolutely brilliant. So honestly, I just thought we should have a moment to think about a very talented man. And we often say this on the show, that this man did change the face of the way that we view and listen to music. Rest in peace, Bruce Gower. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.